Once upon a time, there were two little girls. One was 10 and from the Chicago area.
And one was 12 and from Jamaica.
The 10-year-old really wanted to learn more about different cultures and saw a little tiny blurb in Highlights magazine saying, "Do you want to learn about people from other countries? Would you like a pen pal? Send your information to this address." So I did and had a pen pal from Malaysia, Asia for a little while. And then I wanted another pen pal, so I sent in again. And at the same time,
Yeah, that I didn't know anything about pen pals, and so a family member, close friend, was asking like, "Do you have a pen pal? Do you want a pen pal? Why don't you have a pen pal?" And she was the one that actually picked my pen pals for me. So here we are, right?
so after 40 years of writing letters, took about a month for them to go back and forth.
Yeah.
We wrote until we were about in high school and life got busier, and then it was more Christmas and birthdays.
Yeah.
And then in college it was Christmas,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes,
birthday.
yeah.
And then Facebook came along, so we've been able to follow each other's life stories through many different moves and life adventures.
Yeah, but before Facebook, I had a surprise. I actually moved to the US.
Yes.
And I actually brought her address with me, and so we connected. So then I learned about the family and the kids and all the pictures I have,
Yes.
right? Before, when you were married, all these little ones here, growing up and all that fun stuff. And just never really, we tried to try and see if we could meet each other.
It never worked out, even though you were in New York and I was in Michigan then.
Yeah.
Until 2 weeks ago,
Oh my gosh.
all of a sudden, Corinne wrote and said, "Hey, let's get together before school starts," because we both work with schools. And I said, "Okay." And so Corinne flew out to Holland, Michigan.
Yeah, awesome. Learning and meeting some really wonderful people and your family. It was really nice. And, you know, of course, I know people are going to say, we have to put this fun fact in, you know, because my family and some of my close friends were like, "You're doing what?"
Who knows what they could do to
Where?
you? And our friends were saying, "You don't even know this girl." And I'm like, "Well, I've known her for 40 years, but yeah, I don't know who's coming."
Oh my gosh.
So we've spent the last 4 days in Holland and being tourists in Holland
Yeah.
and talking nonstop, catching up on 40 years of filling in cracks
Oh my
and
goodness. Yeah.
learning who each other is and great intellectual discussions. And
Yeah, and that's the thing, like nobody knows, like, you know, who would have thought 40 years and that we would even still be in touch, like that's kind of crazy.
people don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
People don't have pen pals and write anymore.
Yeah.
So
And it's scary because part of it is when you think about what's going on today, that people can really target folks in bad ways, you know. I know my mom checked the letters to make sure, whichever way it is, but to just make sure those people were like, you know, just the level of innocence, I guess, that you were able to still be young and just explore other things, learn about different things. And I think I still have some of those letters. I'd have to go dig for it. I think that'd
I'd
be
have
funny
to dig
find.
too. I know. I don't know if I have them anymore or not. But the excitement when they would come with this paper thin rice paper ale mill, or the stamps. I got really into stamp collecting in that period with the different stamps from Jamaica and Malaysia and everything in between, our French correspondent people.
Yeah.
So
It was awesome actually getting to meet you in person. I
it's
think.
been a blast.
Yeah, it's like we didn't really not. I don't think anybody who probably has met us or even seen us in the past couple of days would think that we didn't know each other in person.
No. No.
Is that right, Danielle?
And it was kind of fun because when you were talking at dinner and you're like, "Oh, I wanted to be good at the piano and I wanted to be a doctor." It's like I played the piano and wanted to be a doctor too. So it's like, because you had to write, when we wrote into Highlights, you had to put your contact information, but then things that interested you too. So it's like, what did they take to match us up? And
Yeah, that's kind of curious.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she knew. Or maybe she did, but I mean, she did a good pick.
And I'm like, did she work for Highlights or how'd she get your, or I don't know what company it was that address was in the magazine.
I think she was one of those. I think I was saying to my mom before coming here, it's so ironic that she would pick and that it's so wonderful that she actually was, in terms of ethical, to think that you pick the same age and not say, okay, I'm going to give you a pen pal who's 20 or 40 or something of the sort.
Yeah, we're just 2 years apart.
Yeah, and so, you know, to even want to say to me at that time, You know, why don't you have a pen? Do you want a pen pal? Why don't you have a pen pal? We should have a pen pal.
Yeah, and I didn't know anybody with a pen pal. I'm just a nerd
Yeah,
that likes to
yeah,
learn and
I
likes different
didn't-
cultures and
It was the
people with different
first,
backgrounds. So
first time for me. She gave me 2 pen pals, you and another young man who was, I think, about your age or maybe a year younger, but his parents were military. I think he was Air Force, so lost contact. So you've been my pen pal, girl.
yeah, well, and I had one that started in 2nd grade. I think I started with you maybe 4th grade. But then so I had both of you for a while, but then she moved and we lost touch. So
I think we were meant to be.
I think so. Woohoo! Yay for pen pals
Yeah.
and new adventures together.
Did you tell them our age?
No.
You tell them how long? We're only 29.
Yeah. Yeah, 27, 29. Don't we look good? We both have very stressful jobs. That's why we look like this.
Oh my
At 29.
Yeah, just she was 10 and I was 12. That's all you need to know. It's been a long time.
Yes. Thank you for listening to our TED Talk.